The forest was still after a long night of rain. Somewhere among the dripping leaves came a faint, trembling whimper. On the damp earth, a black Labrador lay motionless, her belly heavy with life. Around her body, a large brown snake coiled tightly, its thick, cold body pressing hard against her ribs. The dog didn't bark. She couldn't. Her eyes were wet, wide with fear. As she gasped for air, the wind whispered through the trees. And then, the snake began to tighten. No one could have imagined what would happen just a few moments later. Her breath grew weaker. Every movement brought pain. Still, she stayed still, not for herself, but for the tiny lives inside her. It was an eastern cottonmouth, a species feared for its aggression. But this one didn't strike. It only held. Its dark scales shimmered faintly under the pale morning light. The forest had gone completely silent, as if the world itself was waiting to see. A leaf fell, brushing the snake's tail. Startled, it squeezed tighter, and the dog let out a low, broken cry. Then, through the thick branches, a single beam of light pierced down, landing softly on her belly. Beneath the taut skin, something moved, tiny ripples of life. As if her unborn puppies were whispering, "Don't give up, Mom." She closed her eyes, took a long, trembling breath, and stayed calm. The warmth of that faint light spread across the cold ground. From the dense brush came a quiet rustling sound. A second snake appeared, smaller, quicker, marked with the same brown pattern. The larger one lifted its head, tongue flicking, but didn't strike. The smaller one slithered closer, touched its head gently, and coiled beside it, a strange, silent gesture of recognition. The mother dog's eyes widened, and then, slowly, the pressure around her belly began to ease. She seized her chance. With a desperate push, the dog rolled onto her side, dragging her body across the wet leaves, gasping for air. Her legs trembled, but she didn't stop. Behind her, the two snakes moved together into the shadows of the forest, vanishing as quietly as they came. Only her shallow breathing remained, proof that life, once again, had chosen mercy. Dawn broke through the mist. A soft voice called from the forest trail, "Daisy, Daisy, where are you, girl?" An old man, gray hair, worn coat, a lantern in hand, followed the sound. When he saw the dog lying there, muddy and trembling, he froze. He knelt down, lifted her gently into his arms, and whispered, "You made it, girl. You're safe now." Daisy licked his hand weakly, her eyes closing in peace. A week later, in the warmth of a small wooden cabin, Daisy gave birth to 6 tiny puppies. The old man placed them in a straw basket beside the fireplace, smiling softly as they wriggled closer to her belly. One morning, as he stepped outside, he noticed something under the same tree where he had found her, a freshly shed snakeskin, coiled neatly among the fallen leaves. He stood there for a long moment, saying nothing. The forest shimmered under the morning sun, quiet and kind. Not every creature that comes close brings harm. Sometimes, nature itself saves a life in ways we will never fully understand. Daisy survived, and with her, the small miracle of trust, patience, and grace that still lives quietly in this world. If you had witnessed that morning, what would you have thought? Share your feelings in the comments below, because maybe your kindness today could save another life tomorrow.